Here, karibu sana. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel where you can get to watch more powerful and impactful videos. Also join us on the comment section, on the chat section. Chat us up. Tell us what you think about the topics of the day. What insights do you have about the topics of the day? What's your favorite meme for the day? And let's have an amazing time. So let's get into today's episode.
Welcome to Firebrand Nation News. It's been a month. I have missed you guys. I hope the internet family has missed us. Right? FNNers. Okay, no, that's weird. Welcome once again. It's really exciting. I have a panelist full of gentlemen. This never happens. So I think Firebrand Joshua ndio kwanga amefungia wale wengine kuja. Anakuanga wasichana peke yake, but this is so different. It's been a while, but without ranting, welcome back to our show, and let's start with Kintu. Kintu to introduce himself. So basically what you do, Firebrand Kintu.
Okay, hi guys, praise God. Kintu, I'm a photographer. I also run my own shows too. Mostly I like to call myself social evangelist.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. I really like that. Alafu ile mawe, I keep saying Firebrand Nation, kuna Rev Evans mawe ya kwanza, alafu mawe ya pili, mundia mwenyewe, introduce
vile umesikia tu ni Mundia Samuel, hizo zingine tafuteni kwa Google ama 2022 kwa ballot.
Hapo sawa.
Google, wow. Firebrand Joshua. I hope today you're not taking time. 3 minutes.
Joshua Joe is my name. Today is Gentleman Bench.
Oh wow.
Welcome to the show.
It was so fast. The 1 month has really changed you. It takes 3 minutes to introduce yourself.
You're a gentleman.
Oh, must be nice. Remember to the hashtag panel, I know, right?
Yeah.
Hashtag panelist Monday on all social media platforms, on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Without wasting too much time, let's get to the meme section. Firebrand Joshua, take it away.
The meme section. Today it's gonna be amazing.
I know, right?
Because these gentlemen are going to help me do the meme section. But let me do the first meme. First meme, let me begin from the one in the 90s. In the 90s, men pants is now girls palazzo. Gentlemen, man.
So these guys on drip, and watu walikuwa wanakunywa mama zetu.
Wazee hawa ndio walikuanga manzema.
You know. Start calculating your dates. If you know.
Hizi ndio vitu madem siku hizi wanadunga bana. Wanavaa palazzo.
But inakwanga
Wadunga ka palazzo.
Achukua trouser ya babake hapa.
Bale za kitabu.
Oh, girls out there, man, you need to style up bana. Hizi palazzo za 90s bana. Hey, alafu actually mtu anavaa palazzo, alafu anavaa doll shoes. The doll shoes. So palazzo zinapoteza kiatu. Uoni
Man.
Uoni mguu. Have you ever seen them?
Inakamata kushare stories sana.
Audacity.
You're like, I am supposed to make shoe contact before eye contact. So what's happening?
I know.
What's happening?
So before you talk to a girl, you first check her shoes.
Yeah, of course.
You have to check.
The shoes say
not
a lot
since-
about someone.
Like
Yeah. For example, nikiona kiatu ya msee imeisha huko nyuma na John Hasla.
Assuming you're dating a palazzo girl. So every time you go on a date, amevaa palazzo. Unajua? Like msee.
really Someone will angalia kiatu sasa since Kintu ameleta hiyo point. Lakini sijichome.
Buda ujao unarudi kwa house.
Umecheza safe.
Be wise bana. Be wise.
Hapo umecheza. Next to you.
Kintu.
Yeah. So the next meme, Makamba sasa next year tuko 2022. Makamba. 2022. Kuna kale kama adhi. Lazima kataimba tena.
2020 alafu na hiyo
tu ni high.
Hiyo tu ni high, so hiyo guitar lakini asimbe tena tafadhali. Justina sio kao. 2020 jo ilikuwa yako.
2021.
Hii soprano ya Wakamba, is it as a result of kukosa maji kwa koo? Kiuni.
Labda ni vumbi.
Tokens, man.
Ndio alikuwa anazitoa.
Wanaposapisha larynx voice box.
Hiyo ni swali la yana pa kujibu.
Our producer comment section. Manze producer wetu anaweza kusaidia.
Na Meja. Wasaidiana na Meja. Meja.
Kuna mahali Meja kwa ina soprano, lakini kuna mahali yeye uguzwa. Anatoa
kucheka.
Akicheka sasa.
Meja penye uko acha umama.
That's your thoughts entirely.
Oh God. I'm telling you, let show mnanimaliza. Anyway. Tupatie
Tuende kwa mapano wa Man U. Manchester
You
United.
just had to.
Sawa, sisi ni wasanii. Lakini smile na kaya Meja.
Ismail amelonje.
Manze at gunpoint Manchester United. For information, I am a Manchester United fan. It's unfortunate, manze. Ole, you know, Ole is a Masai, so Nindawo too. But to all the Manchester United fans out there, we are still strong, and we believe still the EPL we are on the title race. Lakini pia tunaweza kubali kuwa wasanii.
Disqualify, bro.
It shall be well.
Poleni for all the football fans. Wacha tubaki locals.
Bro, alafu pity De Gea maze. That guy has an opposition like hadi teammate wake anataka kumfunga. So
acha kuchoma. Unacheza chini.
Alafu that guy maze, I hear that's the first goal since the season began.
I don't keep hanging, especially next week. Yeah, I don't
hanging position.
Yes.
What
to save my face, let's go to
what
the
to
next
understand
week.
football.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Put it down on the comment section. If you know, you know. Well, I don't.
If you don't get it,
You don't get it.
Leave it.
Niliona hiyo TikTok video.
Leave it.
Alright, to the next meme. Hey, sijui kama unakuanga na sibling and then umeacha phone kwa meza ama kwa bed and you tell them don't touch my phone. So, ukikuja unauliza did you touch my phone? Sibling is like no, I did not. Lakini pale gallery. Pale gallery manze.
I was being a model.
Amepiga selfie zote. Mapicha amepiga. Amepiga mafoto alafu kimuza. Did you touch my phone? No, I did not.
Hapa nafikiria amekunywa watu.
Manze.
Lakini bado iko na undertone.
Yeah.
It happens. Like ile unafanya stuff, unajiseti. Lakini unaruka hujajiseti.
Lakini unajua unafikiria ni mcute alafu ukiangalia vile hizi picha za Jerry zinakaa. Man. So next week.
What isn't a crime but should be a crime? I'll go first. Having a meeting past 3 p.m. on a Friday.
Word.
Who does that?
Word.
Who does that?
Hata kuwa na meeting saa 6.
Friday, man.
Unafunganga kazi saa 6.
Manze unajua Friday watu wanaenda party.
Manze, sherehe.
Sasa hii ndio sisi kama na professional yetu sasa hii meeting mpaka
3 p.m.
1 a.m. Na the real meeting ni ya 2:30.
Well, to the local Kenyans, sherehe. Na kafi ilitolewa for a reason.
Kafi ilitolewa saa hii alafu senye umeshajipanga unaenda party.
Alafu funny thing, before the curfew itolewe, those meetings were not there.
Apparently.
The audacity.
Apparently. Sasa hivi venye uko na free time, ndio unasikia meeting imewekwa. Anyway.
Haya, fungia, let's close out with the last meme.
Just so that my 16-year-old brother saved my mama's number as vibe killer.
Thin and dangerous.
Well, has any of you ever saved your mother?
As a vibe killer.
No, just any name apart from that one.
You know, there's a problem with now's generation. The generation of now is just a crazy generation. Achana na sisi, them that are coming after us. As in, there was a time ulikuwa unajiona wendo bazenga, wendo ule wa kusema. But right now mazi unaonyeshwa ni aje. Si tulikuwa tuna strike, unapaswa madirisha unasema sahi mazi.
I know my
without a blink.
My sister saved my dad as my love. So then amemweka ile emoji ya love. So every time dad calls, unacheki my love. So hiyo kitu ileta misunderstanding at some point. Because now, you know, this is your younger sister.
Boyfriend na ujui.
So every time anapigiwa my love, every time anapigiwa my love, and you're like, mse.
Huyu ni nani?
Nani? Until uende pale kwa profile wale ni baba yako.
Umeona ingine enye there's a lady, maybe she's stuck somewhere, then she's like on a video call, or maybe on a video call. So when on a video call and sinajua the video call enye ina happening to the zaddy and the daddy.
Yeah.
So on a video call a wrong zaddy.
So the daddy.
Now the father is like, what is happening?
Ajayo na hiyo video call yani
ajayo. No, like you know when
unajua kwangu message. So at times when you in a fix of kiri clearly. So you call your dad
instead of the dad.
The embarrassment.
The violence that will be there.
I'll pick today's topic from 16 and dangerous. So Muhoho High just decided. The excited Kenyan on Twitter this weekend. They decided wamechoka. Like but which is, I don't think it's okay. Let me use my words wisely. This curriculum is really confusing. Yes, to be honest, it's really confusing. So they decided, they will just walk out. So the story says the students decided to leave the school in this peaceful way instead of burning the school. They've told the principal of the school that instead of burning the school, they want a break to go home as earlier as now, which is during the weekend. Without going against the students' will, the principal releases those who can reach home. The most interesting is that they told the principal that we will text him back. when
we want to go back.
When you want to go back, we will let you know. We will text you.
Muhoho, we salute you. This is the reason. I mean, these students saw what is happening in every other high school. They decided for us, because we know at the end of the day, hawa wanachoma shule wakirudi bado itaikuwa kwa fee structure. Naona yo do lazima watalipa. So for these ones they decided to spare their parents the loss and just decided to tell the principal, man, si tumeenda mtaa. Lakini sasa the audacity is we will text you back when we want to come back. We will text you.
Unajua inaitwa Muhoho.
Hey,
the first family.
Where is that?
The first family.
The first family.
Gatundu.
Yeah.
Wow, Gatundu.
Yani south.
Very expected.
Gatundu South.
Very
Yani South.
Explain what you mean.
Have you gone to Gatundu South?
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
It's like the father, like the son. Kama Moses Kuria na shule. Unaona vile wanafanya? Moses Kuria alichoma miguu. Akakataa kuchoma shule.
Kuchoma shule.
There was an issue na
Like
Mahoka.
father, like son.
You know what Moses Kuria did? You know Kanjo wanasumbua Hoka back in Gatundu. Moses Kuria went, bought slashers, gave each and every Hoka, and he told them, when they come, slash them. Slash them.
Angry. But I think talking about the schools, it's happening to every other school.
The banning of schools.
Yeah, the banning of schools. My question is, where are they getting where is the fire coming from? Where are they getting the petrol?
It's really easy. For as long as you have friends. It's really easy because and we had that conversation yesterday, but then to stick with this point, me na Cook took on a good relationship. And I'll give you money. Like bribery is such a big thing. Let's
but
give
how can you bribe a cook to ban a school?
No, not to ban the school, to give you the
Hata
petrol.
ukileta
But do they
you're
care?
not the cook.
Mandia, do they care? Like we have police officers, but then no, we're just saying what we see.
Yes.
That and times I get to wonder if I ever get, and God forbid that ever happen to everybody that we know, if you ever get into an issue with the police, na magari zosimamishwa Jogoo Road anytime. In fact, kutoka Donholm, the first stop is Chachami. The first stop is Chachami. And you can actually already count the stops.
Yes.
And there's sasa mkubwa uko sawa, and you know what's happening.
Yes.
And that's it. So what makes it, if your leaders or people who are supposed, people who are supposed to protect you actually doing it, what makes it different? It trickles down, bottom up.
But to me, I will say this, and I think we need to dig more deeper in terms of this school banning. It's more than the student banning the schools. It's like, I'll give an example. Not sure, I will not say I know the real thing,
Right.
but we need to dig more deeper in terms of contracts. Do this student bans the schools so that other people can get their contracts? Hii wanaban shule, kuna mtu anawalipa ban shule. You can't tell me these schools are zinachomwa at the same time. Right. At the same season. No. Ingekuwa ni kitu ina happen leo, then after 3 months, you won't think much. But say you have to dig more deeper. We are in campaign season. Nashika. So is it a political move?
Which could be, because
which could
Kenya.
be. Yeah. Say tuko Kikomba ilichomeka. After, because tumefika time ya campaign, Mlango kulichomeka, Mukuru kulichomeka. Unaona? Shule hizi mbona zinaenda kuchomwa ile time tunaenda kufika in a campaign season. So I think it's high time the Minister of Education dig more. They dig more about these school bans. Because me, I believe there's someone behind it. Because even before mtu yeye afikirie kwenda kuchoma shule, sema msukumo kwa ukuta bana. Sababu huwezi niambia about the shule tunapikiwa maragwe. So chome kitchen. Sababu hiyo ndio inapika ama unaona you try to bring close hii kitu inatuma watu wa strike. Huwezi niambia ni mid-term break. Because wangefanya kama mho toka shule and then home. And I salute mho. They did the wise thing. But most of the schools we need to dig deeper. It's not about the students, it's someone behind them.
Definitely. But still, I feel the one thing with the generation past this, they don't think beyond their nose. Because the one thing I see, because our parents worked so hard to protect us from poverty and stuff, like things they went through, they've created such a bubble that these children don't think beyond their actions. Because they know my father is going to do something for me. So that's usually, I feel like the next generation has no, they don't have a grip of the real world. That could be part of it. Back to Rev Joshua's question, I still think you can easily bribe your way to anything. That's the one thing that has come very clearly.
I think also we need to ask, back to that, where they get the petrol and all those things. We need to ask ourselves what Firebrand Mundia brings in.
Right.
Why are they doing this? Why are they banning the schools? Because it happens after a certain time, after a certain period. You'll notice maybe after 2 years, it begins happening again. And most of the time it happens during this last stretch of the year. You will not hear the students banned the school in January or in February, but it always happens towards the end of the year. Towards the end of the year. So what's this that is towards the end of the year? I think that's something that the Ministry of Education need to also dig deep and understand what is this that is happening, and find out if what Firebrand Mundia says about if there's anyone behind it, what is very special, so special in this period that they have to bring in and ban the schools. It's something that needs to be
checked.
Yeah, also, I think what you said really counts, political agenda and who is really giving them petroleum. But have you really looked at the students themselves? What is really pushing them? Like, without giving it a second thought, why are they banning schools? It means that they have tried to communicate and they're not being heard. So they have to do something that will bring the attention. So probably it may not be even a political agenda, or maybe it is. What I really think is we look at the trends that are happening. This is a curriculum that is stuffed down their throats. They were not consulted, nothing happened. There was, you know, when you want to like pass a motion or anything in parliament, such stuff, maybe like changing the curriculum, that is a motion that has to go to parliament and has to be debated upon. You don't just stuff it upon people, especially students, especially small kids. You get? It is easy to do with small kids because maybe they're fresh, but these ones, the other ones that are already in secondary school, they were used to this and they knew this is the trend, and all of a sudden everything changes and they were not consulted. Just think about it. How would you feel if you were doing something and you expected something to happen and everything changes without you being consulted? That is so disrespectful. So they may be communicating. The curriculum is, you know, before you make something permanent, you have to do your research. Who really manipulated this curriculum? It's a good curriculum, yes, but how do we make it acceptable? How do we, you know,
so involving the
yes,
students
when a small child is born, you just can't stuff waru in his throat. You have to mash it.
Right.
Exactly. So yeah.
It takes a process.
Exactly.
Right.
You can't just put it all at once.
Which I actually agree, because yesterday when we had a discussion, I was saying, simply because my background is that of a single parent, simply because my mom went through the single parenthood, it's me who went through what it is like to have single parents. So to bring it back to your point, simply because you guys know better in terms of a curriculum, we still need to be involved because we're the ones who are going to study the curriculum. Exactly. But my question would be, where do we draw the line between parents being parents and us being brothers? Because there's also a certain trend that if you don't listen to me, because I don't think this usually happens in a generation. Like if your mom says something, yes, you can negotiate, but
that's fine.
Yeah, but then in between them becoming brothers, like y'all are bros. Like if you do not call me in the sitting table, you'll not take me to the menu. So where do we draw the line between those two spectrums?
First I'll ask a question. Kunakuwa na my forces academy, hizo shule za majeshi. Ushasikia shule moja imechoma? I think Pia we need to
if
ask.
They would try.
Yes. So Pia, I think there is somewhere we are missing. And I love one of the proposals that has been proposed, that we send the army to schools, the boarding schools. Now, because kuna vitu tumeacha, we don't discipline our children. Nowadays, discipline mtori unaenda kutini, and you will pay the child. We are spoiling the children. Daddy nipe A, daddy nipe C. Hakuna siku yenye anafikiria ni ngumu kupata hii. Unaona? So the match akienda hata shule akichoma, najua daddy atapata. Parents, what frequent time do you have with your kids? Washika. Kids sahi either wako kwa simu, mom na dad wako kwa simu, mtoto yako kwa simu. Unaona? So kila mtu tu ako TikTok. Paka dad, unaona dad anacheza, ana dance pale TikTok, mama ako pale kitchen things, selfie, mtoi ako huko bedroom sijui nini. Unaona? So hakuna time unapata hao wote, now the phones are off, we are discussing. Nashika. Kitambo home, nakumbuka, and my sister can confirm this, and my big brother, ilikuwa inafika kama hujafika home 8, chakula zinaserviwa mara moja. Unashika? You talk as you eat. Unaona? Food hakuna kwenda kitchen.
So kuja past 8 ni hivyo.
Kula huko pale huko.
Kuja kama umeshiba.
Kuja kama umeshiba.
Na utengie hiyo nyumba?
kuingia unaweza ingia but itategemea pale ulikuwa kama ni communicate mapema.
Unasikia maliza hajafika hizi chakula malizeni. Kuleni malize.
Na the worst thing most of the time nilikuwa nachelewa kama chapo amepika. Hiyo ndio time nilikuwa nachelewa. So unafikaga huko unasikia harufu ya chapo. Na upate. But what I'm trying to say is that even nowadays do we eat together as a family? Ama unapata mtoi amechukua food yake ameenda kulia bedroom. So you don't have time with the kids. So I think even parents they're involved in this mess za kuchoma shule because hawa watoto hawana discipline. Kitambo tuko tunaambiwa mtoto ni wa kijiji. Ni kweli? Sasa hii wewe mtoto wako aguzwe na deiba. Hata kama amefanya makosa it will be a war kama Iraq. Ni kweli? So hata saa hii the family part ya kijiji haiko. No. So we need to trace back on our family values that we had kitambo. Mbona zili change? Right. Mbona tulitoa Cain shule? Unaona? Cain ilikuwa shule ilikuwa inasaidia. Kitambo huko nasikia watoto wakichoma shule. Cause unakuwa discipline. And I like this movie imepelekwa that bado mtoi akichoma shule itapia kwa certificate good conduct yake. So lazima jua value ya hii good conduct. Mkienda kutafuta shule inaapia was involved in the burning of the school. So inaharibu even your career. Meshika. So we need to bring measures whereby you'll fear to burn a school. Sometimes fear is best because itakuprevent kufanya vitu zingine. Kitambo ulikuwa unaambiwa ukionekana na mtoi na kijana kwa back street utapata ball. So unapata wazazi walikuwa wanaogopa sana kukaa na kijana. Kwa nini? Wanaogopa kupata ball. But sahi
kama inashika osmosis
no, nasema mostly kwa kona But sahi even if you sleep with a guy you are easily going to go away with. Sindio? Because utatumia condom. Utatumia condom. So already ushapewa a way out. Sindio? Ama utatumia pills. Unaona? So already sahi tuko na a way out for everything. Shule mtoi akichoma ndalipa, hiyo ndalipa. So hakuna discipline action taken against the kids. So I think that is the main problem.
Do you have anything contrary? Because when our parents were coming I see now that's a problem. The ripple effect, girls have decided, like the generation has decided, kama mlitukata, then there's nothing really bad about sex.
Yes.
We are going to do it, and now we have way out. So I think there needs to be a balance in between how far you instill the fear. And it should be more or less, I wouldn't say fear, it should be more or less creating a fence that keeps enemies out. But I agree about the parenting part, big time. I completely agree about the parenting part. Firebrand, Joshua, do you have anything to add?
Just to support him and just letting, you see, I agree with him especially on matters discipline and on matters like education. Like when you do this, I like the good conduct thing actually. I like it. Such that this kid, from the time they're in primary school, they are told, whatever you're doing now will follow you. So they are able to know whatever I'm doing, my action today will determine who I become in the next 10 years. You know, and I think that's the idea that is being passed.
Right.
So it needs to be emphasized that if I ban the school today, that action will follow me by the time I'm getting to campus.
Right.
By the time I'm getting to maybe finding a job or something like that. So I think it's something that need to be emphasized, and these students need to know. If anything, if worse get to worst,
there's a repercussion.
Then let them do like the Muhoho boys.
Text.
Toka.
Toka too.
But then hata kuna girls, there's a girls schools, I think wamefanya the same thing today. Wametoka.
Are we losing also respect? Because the thing is, I remember when, at least when in school, I wouldn't say when you did anything wrong, you'll write a whole letter.
But do you know why you would write a whole letter?
But
Do you
why
know?
text?
Do you know why would you do that? Because of fear, and that's what exactly you are saying. You fear that I'll be expelled. You know, that's the
But
fear.
now there's no fear.
But now there's no fear. They're like, and exactly what Firebrand Kintu was bringing in. We've tried communicating. Nobody's listening to us. Nobody's hearing us out. We've tried saying that we are not understanding this curriculum, or we are having too much on our plate, but nobody's taking note. So we better go home. Let's just go home.
The curriculum imekuwa kama slavery. Because slavery, we had no choice, we did not speak. So it's like, ni kama kitu inaendelea, and we are not allowed to say anything about it, we're not consulted, and it is a do or die. You have to do it.
Right.
So another thing I want to add on what you just said is history and living certificate. It's good, but if our own leaders are buying off education for themselves, okay, hata hiyo living certificate, living certificate, good conduct, zote zinatakikana mahali, si ndio? Actually, you can't get a good conduct without a living certificate. No. If you can on a serious note, if our leaders themselves can buy off education, most of our leaders, or maybe let's say some, have gotten away with like there's a qualification for such a position, which is good, and it is literally brushed off. What will make an innocent child mwenye anaona kile inaendelea and somebody getting away with it, and you can literally hata you whatever good conduct siku hizi mtu ananunua. What is a good conduct? You buy. Anything can be bought.
I mean, if you can get passport.
Yes.
I think anything you can get in.
You talk about being expelled. Kitambo, when you expelled, you were blacklisted. There's no school that will accept you.
Right.
But right now, you actually utakuwa expelled kwa shule yenye iko Ushago, and you come to Nairobi and you're taken.
I think that this new thing, planning out is that the moment you transfer from one school, you have to go to the Ministry of Education, clears you to go to another school.
And it's too
So nowadays,
That's just your formality.
See formality. Ask any parent right now.
It's okay. But
Nataka ushuke chini.
It is the same system.
Let's listen to you before you inspire. Which is fine.
Nataka mshuke hapa chini. Muulize any parent that ametransfer mtoi. It's headache. Right now it's very headache. Kutransfer mtoi kutoka one school to another school. Even if like now after corona thing, a lot of schools easily closed down. Do you know how many parents right now they are queuing in Ministry of Education or the district education
like
officer?
Punishing the parents.
Rashika, you need to get a transfer letter.
If you have money, the same way Kintu is saying you're buying your good conduct certificate. It's the same way. Make a call, you'll get that certificate in your house, at your doorstep. And let me tell you,
Nani hiyo Ministry of Education. It is the same Ministry of Education.
It's the same Ministry of Education that will give you the certificate. I mean, there's nothing new.
We have a corrupted system.
Yeah, and that's as long as you have money. Yes. The only parent who will suffer is that who doesn't have money.
Yeah, which is not even right.
Yeah.
But money answers
Utapata. No, just listen. There's a kid who has not even been involved in the running of the school.
Yes. Right.
And the kid is from a very humble background. Yes. But the one that burnt the school is a very rich kid. And when everything happens and they expelled both of them, this other guy will just get away with it. Right. Because they got money.
I will not defend the government. I will not defend the government, but I will say this. With Magoha on that seat, the only thing we need is dialogue. I will agree with him. Dialogue is very important. The way they took the teachers to Mombasa to teach them about CBC, they need to take the kids to Mombasa and teach them
about CBC.
So
Or
that they
rather
understand
just
what
do
they're
an-
Yes,
so
they
that
understand what
understand.
the new, this new plan.
Do an orientation.
Yes.
Let them decide if it's okay for them or they
Yes.
will continue with
Because
the
it's
other.
my
Actually,
future
Because
we're
we
talking
should
about.
have a
There was,
referendum
there
for
was,
kids.
there was my neighbor, I went home at around 10:30 p.m. and the neighbor was really complaining because the kid has been told to take, I think the pai the popo
Skeleton.
plant seed.
Class 5. You're supposed to take a skeleton. Where?
Which
Keep
is
you
okay.
feeling it more.
Yeah.
Because of your brother.
That
Skeleton
system,
is worse.
That system is punishing.
But the good, this system, let us see the good part. The good part. That the parent and the kids, they
Are
get
involved.
time to get involved
Mixing
and
up
they're
with your-
bonding.
It's
They're
something
bonding
Which is
more.
my point was it's okay, but can you update the parents
Yes.
the way you updated the teachers?
The teachers.
Update both the parents
And
and
the
the
teachers,
children.
right?
You know,
That's
so
what
they are
I'm
able,
saying.
they are able to understand. They're able to understand if I'm asked about the skeleton. This is the process we're going to do, you know, and then let them understand. Like a school in Nairobi is different from a school in Garissa.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so when you're asking
So
for
curate it according to the schools.
According to the
The
schools,
same thing,
yes.
but then curate it according to the materials that we'll get.
right.
And funny thing, the child comes at home and you tell them, kwani hamkufundishwa? They're like, situliambiwa mtu chore skeleton. Meaning the
Another
skeleton from one
another
from
parent
two.
was told the kid was told to go and download all animals, wild
And
animals.
their products.
So yeah, and their products.
I know, I
So
did it.
you did it.
I did
So go
it.
to the cyber, download, print, and bring. So the parent is seeing this thing when it comes from work at around 11 p.m. Remember?
But I
so
think
so
there's a
looks at
disconnect.
the looks at the list. This parent doesn't even know how this thing works.
Right.
So needs to go to the computer. The guy has a computer, so goes online, gets downloads them, but cannot print. So the kid keeps crying, can't go to school, and then so calls the school and says, can the child bring it the day after? And then they're told that was actually their exam. So you don't submit today, they fail that exam.
I
What
actually
is
get
that?
it. But you, let's bring it to close. As you
Anyway.
guys say, you're parting short. But the one thing when I was studying about the because it's competency-based curriculum,
Right.
you're not supposed to do it for your child. You're supposed to build their competency. So I think that is where the children and the parents need to go and be told that it doesn't mean that the child comes with the homework. It's not you for the parent to do the homework. You're supposed to guide them through the homework.
How
You're
do you
supposed to do
guide
it
them
today.
to
And that's what I'm
build
saying.
skeleton?
And yeah, that's what
You guide
exactly.
them.
And that's what I'm
How?
saying.
You guide them.
The teachers, that's
You
why
know
I'm
the
agreeing with your
visual.
point. The teachers were taken to understand what the curriculum is about. So the parents and the children also need to be taken through an orientation because there's a disconnect in between. So what would be your parting shot?
There is
Before
a disconnect.
before my producer
There
cuts
is-
us out.
There is a disconnect between the whole process. I agree. But the good part is these kids, they are trying to spend time with their father or mother
Right.
or their brother. But saa hii tunapea mbochi hiyo kazi. Wapata mbochi ndo anapika na afundisha mtoto homework. Now the parents pia hawana hiyo time. So I think even the CBC should be more strict. Okay? There's a school that I've seen they are doing it. Wanatuma homework kwa WhatsApp. WhatsApp group ya parents. So you have to go to the WhatsApp to get the homework. To do what?
Like, no.
But to do what? You do it to the kids. So you spend more time with the kids, knowing his IQ. Kama mtu anashika shule ama ashiki.
I think what you're trying to say is sisi hatuku spend more time with our parents.
True.
Bro, you're wrong. Sisi tulikuwa tunapatiwa homework and the parent is supposed to sign. So that is the only thing the parent has to do. Ana confirm that you did the homework. Ana kuonyesha penye huku get. Si inaanza kukuonyesha homework from number 1 to 10. It doesn't even make sense. Kwa nini mimi na ama waanze kutulipa pia sisi wenye tunasaidia for real, because CBC inakuwa sasa ni kama ni homework ya parent na child.
Yes.
Which is the relation part is good, but how do we relate? Are we studying all of us?
Najua uko na uchungu.
Uchungu.
Like you don't understand.
It's not that. Those kids are not okay. Spending time is good, but they're not depending on themselves.
So
they will come home and then like, sintasaidiwa. You get?
Yeah.
Miss jasomeshwa hii. So nitaambia tu
So it's
mzazi
taking the
wangu,
competency out of it.
literally they'll tell you, si hatujafundishwa hii bado. Bado hajafundishwa. So yuko like, kwani mlisoma nini shuleni? Mnapatiwaje? Juu nakumbuka homework was something that maybe you will cover tomorrow,
Right.
or you covered a little bit, so they are just
You're
trying to
interested in
assess
it.
you to
Right.
see if you really understood. But now giving someone something totally new to come home, that is literally frustrating the parent and the child
Awesome.
together. Imagine in the case of a single mother who is maybe even old or outdated, ushago. What will the parent do?
Right.
Hakuna
So they have not curated it.
Yes,
Firebrand.
this system is not good.
Awesome.
My parting shot would be one. I think CBC is a good curriculum. Only that it needs to be revised and the parents, the stakeholders, they need to be educated more about it. Concerning what was the other conversation we had about the schools and banning of the schools, I think it's high time the Ministry of Education gets into the matter deeply and gets to find out exactly what is this that is happening to our students and to our schools. And by that, they will be able to come up with tough measures that students will, if it's about hearing the students out, let there be ways of how students can go and communicate, because when their grievances have been heard, they've been listened to and they've been heard, then there is no student who will go to ban the school.
Right.
So I think that's what needs to be done.
So they should listen more.
Right.
Awesome. Thank you so much, gentlemen. It was awesome, but this is the first time that it's a 3 men, 1 lady.
Hot seat.
Yes.
It's so hot.
It's a hard seat. For me, my parting shot would be orientation should be done for both the children and the parents, and we also need to check about the listening. Listening is really important. And if I'm not if I'm not in the kitchen, I don't want to be in the menu. That should be very important. If you want me to understand something, you should at least pay interest to the orientation, because at the end of the day, it's the future of the children. As much as you have good intentions for them, it is the children it's their future that is on the line. So I think the children should be really involved, and the parents as well. Well, thank you so much for joining me for Firebrand Nation News. Remember to use the hashtag Panelist Monday on all our social media platforms on Firebrand Nation Kenya and JBN Television. And until next Monday, love God, love others passionately. God bless.
Hi guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. If you would like to join the Firebrand Nation movement, go to our website at www.firebrandnation.com, sign up and someone will get in touch with you. Also follow us on our social media handles at Firebrand Nation on Instagram and YouTube, and Firebrand and Firebrand Nation KE on Facebook. Remember to love God and love others passionately.